So what is it that makes a belief a true belief? I think the really important element here is this notion of a fact. I think we could say that it is not correspondence with things that makes a belief true. That a belief is made true when it corresponds to a fact or a set of facts. But what is a fact? I mean, that is such a common word, and in my experience of teaching philosophy, that is a word with which we're all familiar, but we've never really kind of thought about, what exactly it means, a fact. But I think that we could say, starting off, that what Russell believes is that, well, what is truth? Well, truth is something that applies to a belief, statement, or proposition, not a thing. That is, only beliefs, statements, propositions can be true or false. When are they true? Well, they are true when they correspond to facts. They are false when the content of the belief does not correspond to any fact. Now, the example he gives here, which is a really long, convoluted explanation, I believe, but I think ultimately makes perfect sense and is very plausible, has to do with Othello, famous play by Shakespeare. What's at the heart of that play is jealousy and deceit. And the tragedy of Othello is that Othello believes that his wife, Desdemona, loves his best friend, Cassio. So the belief that Othello has is that Desdemona loves Cassio. Now, we know within the play that is a false belief. Okay? It is a false belief. And, one of the things that Russell says that a satisfactory theory of truth must allow for is falsity. That is, it can't be a theory of truth can't be a theory that doesn't allow for falsehood. So we have to be able to explain falsehood as well as truth. So we start out with a belief, and it's Othello's belief. And Othello's belief is that Desdemona loves Cassio. So on the one hand, we have a belief. On the other hand, we have what the belief is about, or the object of the belief. And what Russell wants us to focus on here is the object of the belief. Now, he says the wrong way to go about it would be to say, on the one hand, we have the belief. On the other hand, we have a simple object. For instance, if Othello believes that Desdemona loves Cassio, we could say that the object of his belief is Desdemona loving Cassio, or that Desdemona loves Cassio. The problem with that is that if on the one hand we have a belief, and the other hand we have an object of the belief, and the belief is that Desdemona loves Cassio, and the object is Desdemona's loving Cassio, then it's hard to see how that could be wrong. That is, we have a belief, and then the object of belief, which reflects the content of it. So, if that's the structure of belief here, that is, in an erroneous belief, if that's what's being believed, then it's hard to see why it's erroneous, because the belief seems to match up with the object of the belief. So Russell gives us a certain, again, fairly complex theory for how to think of it differently. He says, well, okay, Othello has a belief, and he believes certain things. So what we're really dealing with here is a complex relation with different terms. On the one hand, we have Othello and his believing. On the other hand, we have Desdemona and Cassio, two different objects, two different characters, and the relation loving. Okay?